You're looking to purchase a condominium in Miami-Dade or Broward County, or really anywhere in the state of Florida. You're looking at older buildings for a couple of reasons. First of all, they're typically less expensive. Secondly, they have great closets and a lot of them have been updated, so you can get a lot more bang for your buck. It's really important that you have the correct information to make an informed decision. I'm Ellen Mitchell, your heels on the ground in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area. On this channel, we talk about everything: probate, guardianship, senior relocation, and today we're going to be talking about purchasing condominiums. So you need to ask yourself, are you going to be purchasing cash or are you going to be purchasing with a mortgage? In South Florida, we really have two distinct times for condominium sales. One was before Surfside, when the building collapsed in South Florida, and second is after Surfside. Now we're in the after Surfside. What does that mean? It means that although the 40 and 50-year certifications were on the books previously, they really were not enforced the way that they should have been. Since that time, all of the buildings are taking the 40 and 50-year structural inspections very, very seriously. So if you can imagine, a building's been here on the water and it's been 40 years or 45 years or 50 years, and they bring in a structural engineer, they're going to find all kinds of deficiencies: rebar, concrete restoration, plumbing, electrical, roof. And so what do they do next? What they do next is they get estimates for everything. And then they divide the total up by square footage per unit. So someone with a 2,000 square foot apartment will pay more than someone with a 1,000 square foot apartment. This can result in really high special assessments that people on fixed incomes or investors or people that are using it as their second home did not count on. Some of the buildings, those special assessments are in the tens of thousands of dollars, and they may have to be paid in one lump sum. Thankfully, the majority of the buildings do find financing through SBAs or local loan programs, local lenders, and so they're able to divide those payments over a number of years. But now the property is being sold, and so who pays the assessment? Let's say that there's $25,000 left on the assessment. Does the buyer pay it? Does the seller pay it? Is it negotiated? Can the buyer just continue to make those monthly payments if they were broken up? And the answer is, it really depends. Typically, we find that the balance of the assessment is required to be paid off prior to selling, prior to closing. Oftentimes, we see the seller paying that special assessment, but there are times that I've seen the buyer pay it or it's negotiated. It is important that you work with a realtor that's very familiar with this process, because if they haven't gone through it, they may not know how to guide a buyer. So let's say that you are buying a property, the condominium has assessed and has given an assessment, the seller is paying for it at closing, but the construction has not been completed. Well, most of us know when you're doing construction, it almost always goes over. So yes, the seller has paid the assessment, but as they're doing the work, they may discover more problems. And in those more problems, they will most certainly need to do an additional special assessment. So that is something to keep in mind. If you really want to be safe, I've been guiding my clients to look at buildings that have had their 40 and 50-year certifications completed and the work completed. That way, they should not find any unpleasant surprises. If you have any questions about this, please ask me. It really is a very big topic down here. Now, if you're looking at a low rise, 1 to 2 stories, this will not apply. It does apply for buildings 3 stories and above, which is most of the buildings. So I've also had people ask, they'll look at two apartments, same square footage, and they see that the the maintenance on apartment A is $1,500. The maintenance on apartment B is $500. Why the $1,000 difference? Well, it's really not the difference in the maintenance. The maintenance is the same. The realtor has put the $1,000 a month towards the special assessment and listed it in the maintenance. So same size unit, same number of square footage, the maintenance is going to be the same. If it shows different, it's almost positively the special assessment and not the maintenance. And again, we always try to get the seller to pay the special assessment off at closing. It's safer now to buy condos in older buildings because in times gone past, these 40 and 50-year certifications and all of the things that needed to be repaired were not being done in a timely manner. They really are now. Our government and municipalities have their eyes on it. We've got structural reserves, plumbing, electric, roofing. There are a lot of eyes on these properties to make sure that we never have a repeat of the Champlain Tower incident. And I would say now is a great time to buy a building in South Florida. We always look at supply and demand. We've got about 14 months of inventory. So high supply, lower demand for several reasons, including they're harder to finance. We don't have as many international buyers as we did before. And we have an aging population, which means more properties are coming on the market. I'm Ellen Mitchell, your heels on the ground. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or topics for further episodes, please let me know. We always like to stay relevant and give you the information that's most important to you.